And we're back. We were just having a discussion about like how we want to pace things, and we were saying that we probably actually would like to do a bit more prep on this mission, and then we can jump straight into it on our next episode. So I'm wondering if anyone has any specific prep stuff that they want to work on initially.
Yeah, I'll go first. So we're probably going to use the truck because like the truck is just really good at like moving things. And we have the option of ramming down the front door if we want to, but like it doesn't really have any like stealth capabilities. And
Yeah,
it's not that we necessarily need it to be stealthy. It's just it would be cool if this could serve as like a temporary base or like something that the kobolds can use to provide us support. So like Sleepy is like out there like adding stuff to it. So like she's like in the inside of the cat. You know how like semis have that big like sleeper cab in the back with all that like space and stuff. So she's like torn out most of the like the sleeping stuff, and so she's adding in like monitors and like antennas and routers, and she's like just like prepping all kinds of stuff so like we can drive it up and then like plug it into the nearby like telephone lines or like something so that we can like use it like a monitoring station. So that like maybe our kobold friends can just watch a couple things and it's like, okay, if you see dudes on this, let us know. So that like we don't need to be monitoring all the time when we're like in doing our virtuous mission.
Yeah. Cool. So that sounds like you're working on a it sounds like you're doing maintenance. Now, you've technically already got max cash, but it sounds... Or is it getting to work? I'm working on a long-term project.
I want to see... Maybe it's getting to work?
Yeah,
like,
I think
maybe
so.
I'm using
like,
Tinker to, like, modify it?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And I think that, like, the more work you get done on it, the more valuable it'll be as a thing.
I'm wondering if I can actually help with this. I can't help with any of the digital stuff. I can't I don't know what the processes are that Sleepy is doing. But I think Owla feels like she hasn't spent much quality time with Sleepy recently, and like this seems like a good practical task where she could help with just like carrying things and moving stuff and like giving thoughts on on how we might want to be more stealthy, but like instead of being like, could we have like a such and such? Is that a thing that we could do? Like, could you make it so that it like does blah instead of like this? Is that possible?
Yeah, and like Sleepy has like Owler like sit in the chairs up there, and she's like adjusting monitors. Like, can you see it well from here? From here? Can you see it better here?
Yep. Cool. So yes, if I can assist, I would like to do that.
Cool.
It's like a way cuter, more futuristic, one of those like home improvement shows.
Yes. Yep.
So should I just like roll Tinker with like a bonus die from
you get one bonus
Owler
dice
helping me out?
From if it's within the realms, if you have digital spheres that apply, you might want to add those. I don't know if that...
Sure. Do I put 3d6 into the bonus dice and not just 3, just like 3d6?
You just put 3, I think is the way it does it now. I know it's confusing, sorry.
No, it's fine. Alright. I hope I did this right. Yeah! I almost got a straight.
Oh wow! You almost got a critical. That would have got you 4 steps instead of 3. Is it 5 or is it?
In Blades, it jumps 1.
Right.
I if you want to keep that or not.
I think I would just have it 4, but yeah. There you go. 3. So like your truck is halfway to being like a full-on hacker truck.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll relabel that hacker truck.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you're helping each other out with that. That's cool. I like it. Are you using that time to also like talk to Sleepy?
Yeah, like, am I trying to also have discussion? Yeah. I think... Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say there?
Like, or are you also working on the long-term project?
True.
Like, you could just spend your action also working on it and try and fill it before the mission.
That's true.
True. Yeah, I guess, Ash, is your question around, like, is your question a purely roleplay question, or is it a what are you
spending your action on?
Okay. Then yes, I think I am spending my action on also. Although what kind of action is this? Because I may, like, what would I be doing?
You'd be doing working on a long project. You'd be getting to work, working on a long-term project.
Okay. Yeah. I think then that makes sense. I think that is the way that I would like to contribute. So let me see. Can I find that? Getting to work. Yep, roll whichever action you use. Okay, what do you think this is? I'm just like doing manual labor basically.
I think it's either building or tinkering.
Okay, well, I'll go with build then, because I have that.
You're built.
So if it's my action, does that mean that I can get help from Sleepy?
Yep. If Sleepy is okay to, because the thing is, if you roll and you don't get a 6 on an action that someone helps you with, it creates some tension.
Right. What do you reckon, Bridget?
Yeah, that should be fine. I believe in our ability to work together as a team.
All right.
Complete faith in us.
Excellent.
I have a quick question. It's not a hover truck, is it?
I don't
know.
That was the backup Street Shit Kids.
Yeah.
We just have a regular truck.
Yeah, we decided it was like a clunker, like it was out of date.
It's just there's literally one here called that is a picture of a hover truck, but it's called the Clunker, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
But it's a hover truck, so no.
All right, let's do it. Okay. Well, it's a 4.
So yeah, this part of it's annoying, right? Like, because yeah, you get some.
I think the answer is just that, like, Aula is trying to help, and like sometimes she's useful because she's strong, but sometimes she's annoying because she's gigantic, and she just like keeps like she'll sit on like equipment, you know, and not realize what it is, and she'll like ask dumb questions about like. You know, she'll just ask silly things along the lines of like, oh, well, can't you just do this? And like, you can't. That's not how it works. So I think she's just like, she's mostly useful, but she's also just...
The screen turned off. How do I make it turn
Exactly.
off?
Yeah. It's gone off again. No. Like, no, that's meant to be happening.
Did you unplug that out?
Yeah, sorry, I thought that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah. It's like accidentally her shoulder just like brushed against the thing and unplugged it because she's just too big.
Oh, you mean like the Wi-Fi switch on our laptop?
Yeah.
All right.
Or she keeps flipping things on like too early, and it's like giving Sleepy a little bit of shocks.
Yep.
But that gets us up. That does get us up to 5 out of 6. So good job, team.
Good.
The hacker truck.
Hacker truck.
Jesus, I'm looking at picture. I'm trying to find like a picture for the truck, and I just keep finding like trucks that are somehow way more intense than yours.
the truck from Leverage. What was Hardison's truck called? Lucille, and it had his little hacking station in the back. That was a good show.
They have a food truck in Ocean's 8. That's real good.
I can't wait to see that movie. I'm so excited.
All right, I know what my thing is.
Go ahead.
It's a bit spooky. Shocking.
Great. So
I would like to do a thing, and I'm not sure if it's any of the downtime action options. I want to secure a piece of gear.
Yeah, right. So that you have it for like a mission, yeah?
Without having to spend, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to acquire it outside of the normal cycle of like just spend cash for it.
Yeah. So the way that it works is, if you want to acquire it permanently, it would be getting to work, right?
Yep. That works for me.
If that's a thing you want to have for more than one mission, basically.
I think I just want it for this one.
Yeah.
Like it's a consumable, as it were.
Well, let's default to blades then. And we can just decide whether you get a really good version, a really shit version, or a medium version based on your...
So it's acquire asset?
Yeah, it's acquire asset for blades.
Cool. And so what we cut in on...
the important part here is you need to talk about the contact that you get it from.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you about this new contact I'm about to make up. So... Yeah, we cut on a shot of like a circular like tunnel, and so like the shot is like perfectly framed so that like the tunnel is front and center, and then Val is just like walking through it and has like a flashlight in front of her, so we just see the edges of the light around her silhouette, and there's like water underneath her because she's in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the sewers. I'm deep down in the sewers, and. We hear like the echoes of the splashing and the footsteps like change slightly from like enclosed tunnel space to like big space. And I come out into like a great big empty space under the city that's like where all of the sewer stuff like converges, which is the home to like a huge black dragon that just like lives down there in all the acid.
Yep.
And I'm hitting up my bro because I want some of his bile.
All right, cool.
Because I'm resistant to poison, so I'm gonna smear it on my hands to make my like corrosive touching awfulness like even more fucked up to anyone I touch. That's the plan.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm hitting up my boy to give me some of that good bile.
Yeah, that sounds like sway.
Yeah, it does. Which thankfully is the thing I'm like not terrible at.
Good, great.
Yay!
I'm not going to pretend like I'm not like a little bit like terrified.
And yeah, I think...
Is this in what? Okay, here's an important question. Is this in like 2015? Like which cube is this in on the map?
I reckon it's a while away.
I reckon 20 then.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Yep. So can you add them to your contacts list in...
Yeah, I'm just going to draw its mouth. That's the picture I'm going to do. Oh, someone just put a picture in the chat.
I found a picture of the truck, maybe.
That's a very good picture of a truck. For a moment, I thought you had a dragon picture. I was very excited.
Sorry, it was just bad timing.
All right, so then at 20, nameless ancient black dragon lives in the sewers.
Heck, that's a truck and a half.
Bored and lonely. Very poisonous / venomous / generally dangerous.
It's poisonous and venomous, which is how we know it's hardcore enough to hang out with us.
Yeah. It's like all of those like worms in all of the Old English mythology that like seep like poisonous slime from their skin. It's like that, but also it can vomit up like bile and acid and disgustingness.
It sounds like a friend of Val's.
I know, right? Like, I'm on brand as always. All right, so I'm gonna roll sway to convince my cool dragon buddy. He doesn't have a name yet. I'll figure one out at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna convince my dragon buddy to do it.
I mean, I can give you a random last name if you want one.
I think I want to give him a weird poetry name.
Yeah, cool.
I am interested in the idea that dragon names are like it's a thing. Like his name just sounds like, and then we just say the English translation.
Yeah, we just see subtitles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like.
I like the idea it's that, but like slowed down.
Yeah, and like much deeper than my actual vocal register.
Yeah, and slowed down.
And there's definitely some like phlegm in it, right? Like it's really awful and gross. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna do sway. And I think I'm doing mystical work.
Do you have others?
I have others and homunculi.
Yep, cool, excellent.
Yeah, and so like I'm like not anything like this, like what this does. This is not like Val uses mind control or casts charm person, right? Because Val would never do that.
I was gonna say, and also like Val knows that a dragon will take poorly to that.
Yeah, well, also that, but because we know, like, as we learned last session, like, because it is important to have consent. So I think what it is that's the like what the sway looks like and what the payment is like Val tells the dragon a bunch of stories about like her day. Because it's my picture of it, Ash, and like tell me if you think this is ridiculous, that like the dragon is now too large to leave.
Yeah, right. I think that makes
like it has grown to such a size, like its wings are like pressed against the ceiling and have like atrophied.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah,
unable to leave this space, and so sometimes like Val comes down and like tells it about what's going on back in the world that's up there, with like a focus towards gross things that dragons are interested in. Sorry,
yeah. Cherry.
Amongst all the grossness, I'm imagining just like cute little dragon love handles.
Yes.
Does Val like read from the book we made for her?
Yeah.
This like how to be a good kid in society.
I think it has the same like sing-song like tone to her voice, but it's like the weird dragon.
But it's like newspaper clippings, right? Like
yeah, exactly. It's like, and then there was sewage all over the street, and that was good because sewage is dirty. And all the people made loud noises because they didn't like that there was sewage on their clothes. And I laughed just a little, but don't tell Aula.
Do you bring it like stuff from the coffee shop? Like since it can't go up and get things, do you like come bring it little like sippy cups full of stuff?
Yeah, I think it's more like I go to like the ogre butcher on the corner and get like a massive haunch and then like rot it a bunch with my hands and then bring it down this like disgusting fetid meat that it loves. It's very much like it is like a housebound grandparent and I'm the like dutiful grandkid coming to visit and like hang out with grandma.
Yeah, you have afternoon tea in the sewer.
That's what this relationship is like.
Yeah, and you bring grandma rotted meat. Yeah, of course.
Like fun stories, and we hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she gives me some cool bile, you know? Like, and so yeah, I think what the mystical work looks like is that, like, as I tell the stories, like, they're, like, being, like, animated by, like, all of the, like, meat and filth and disgustingness down here.
Great. Yeah, I can see that.
It's really nice. Yep. I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely. That'll get you 2 ticks on your clock. So like, yeah, you get like some
pretty good disgusting dragon pie.
Yeah, I think the thing is that like, yeah, is that the like the stories you're telling or something, right? Like it's like these are like it takes you a while to work out that you need to tell more disgusting stories.
Yeah. I start off just like the way I would tell a story to Aula, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, I need to. And so then, yeah, I tell it the story of how we made a gross meat clone.
Yeah, and it's like
lingering focus on all of the gross growing bits.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, where should I write that down?
There's next to the dragon on the map. I've just put a clock.
Yep. Cool. And yeah, and that will remind us that I can when the action dot thing happens, we have to tell if we've got the gear. I can.
Oh, if you want to put it in the gear list, you can do that also. But
yeah, I think that will be easier to remind me when I'm doing the action dot stuff to be like, oh yeah, and I've got my dragon bile on my hands.
Yeah, you can only use it twice before like.
Yep.
At this point.
Actually, I might just make I might just write it next to it.
Yep. Got 2 uses of dragon bile at the moment.
Cool. 2 uses of gross dragon bile.
That's how it has to be said, yes.
I love black dragons, actually. I think they are massively underrated.
They're good time.
And I think the word bile is not used to describe them enough.
Shard, what are you up to?
Something very boring in comparison to Val. Something really boring. So, Shard is sat in one of the booths with like an enormous pot of coffee, just like the biggest, steamiest, most delicious looking pot of coffee. Big glass thing that's like kind of like round. Kind of like a giant teapot, I guess. And it's just steaming, and they have a little kind of small teacup that they keep pouring more into while they're present in this world. And they're like just kind of like hastily making notes of all the things that they want to accomplish when they get started on their hacking that they're about to get into. So there's a couple of things that Shard wants to try and achieve. Well, first of all, I'm going to say that they're going to head into the digital, and they're going to try. So they have a pretty good idea of the layout of the place. That's not really the concern to Shard at this point, so much as figuring out, making sure that nothing has changed, making sure that none of the security cameras have changed place, that everything is still as it was last time they were there at Foxnet, and that they want to figure out a schedule, like what the schedule is for the programming, which of course they can just look up, but they want more detail, like they want more behind the scenes detail rather than just like what's being broadcast. And ideally they will, while they're in the digital, they will be contacting one of the security guards and making friends.
Ooh, doing some AIM romancing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Awesome. So what do you want to have as the like result? Do you want to
So I think Shard's first aim is that they will be hacking into just kind of like really low level stuff, making sure that so that they're going to get like a security cam network, make sure that they've got that mapped out, and that they have a schedule, like a production schedule. That's the word I'm looking for. And so three things that they're looking for from that is those two things, and then a bonus would be is if they could delve a little bit deeper and find like a cell layout.
Right. Okay.
Like
so you're looking for just intel on the place in general.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that sounds like study, and it sounds like you're using your digital work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool.
Cool. There we go.
Just taking its time. Yep.
Yay!
Oh heck, that's a crit.
Nice.
Yeah. Rad. Yeah. So I think you can just add to your like crew gear as like a temporary piece of gear. Just like like NetFox internal intel, right? For those things, right? Like you just have a bunch of information about the building, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, like including schedule and layout, like layout, security layout, that kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, because that'd normally be a thing that you would like flashback for, but yeah, you've got it ahead of time, so that's really helpful.
Cool. And so I think that's probably going to be the easiest part of Shard's delve into the digital world, which obviously Shard is just like slumped in the booth at this point with buzzing the hell out of the place. I think probably half of everyone that was in the room left. Would be my I could just like see everyone like the buzzing starting and then like all the locals just being like okay, like downing their drink and off they go.
Definitely. Yeah.
And so they're gonna get in touch with, I think they're gonna kind of like direct message one of the security guards.
Yeah.
And kind of like pose as if they are also, because obviously they're hacking, so they can appear from within the network. And I feel like that Shard would talk as if they were another employee that has noticed the security guard around and is a little bit flirty.
So I think that sounds like consort.
Yes. Yay. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Y'all are ridiculous at this game. God damn it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so let me just work out who this person is. Their name is Omar Sorensen.
Nice.
And wait, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one.
Moldy.
2, 3. Yeah, not moldy. They have silver eyes.
Silver mohawk.
Yeah, they have a short mohawk and like silver eyes. Is there? Yeah.
My type.
Yeah.
The game rolled my type. Nice.
So yeah, they have silver eyes and a short mohawk, and yeah, they work security. They are kind of like bored of their job, but like at the same time, they can't like really afford to leave NetFox because of like NetFox is the one that provides their health insurance and all those sorts of things. So yeah, they don't want it. They don't want to lose that like corporate corporate loyalty bonus for having worked for the same company for like 15.
Yeah, they want that
years.
long-term service leave. You know?
Yeah, except long-term service leave in this includes like healthcare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's like America. Sorry, America.
I think once Shard has made contact and they drop their personal phone number so that they can retreat to the physical world and continue communicating that way.
Yep.
So they kind of like zap back and pour themselves some more coffee.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think that's a good place to
quietly congratulate themselves.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to like finish up for the day. Because we've got ourselves.
I'd just like to check that everyone's seen my amazing dragon picture that I found.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
It's very awful.
It is. That is very good.
It's good and terrible. I love it. All right. Well, given. Sorry, Cherry.
I was just taking a look. Sorry, go on.
That's all right. Don't go away, game. Given that it's the end of the session, let's go through that. At the end of each session, the crew gains 1 XP for each of these questions you answer yes to, and 2 if your answer is multiple times. Did you rep your crew type?
We're whistleblowers.
Yeah. You're finding out and reporting the truth.
I don't think we did that here. I think we're getting ready to do
You're getting ready to do it, I think.
Reported truth to a dragon.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite
the same thing.
Whistleblowing. Did you manage to avoid collateral?
Yep. We got so many sixes at the start of the session. We did that multiple times.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yep. Did you hit your hard limits and vulnerabilities?
I did.
I think you could argue that we hit our social vulnerabilities.
Yeah, Emily did as a person.
Yeah, I think I think Shard and Owler had some tough moments in this session.
Well, I have
specifically. It's the ones that you have listed. So
yeah, I have one. I have listed. Where is it? Sorry, let me read it to you. In my hard limits, I have hates sleep and has persistent nightmares and night terrors.
Yeah, so you definitely hit that.
So that came up.
Yeah. We managed to avoid Murdoch because he's a vulnerability, but we managed to actually dodge him, so that was good.
That dick.
Yeah, but you definitely get 1 XP for that. Did you flash cool gear and call in impressive favors? So that's basically about spending cash and rep. I don't think
I called in on my cool dragon friend. That was pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, but that
impressive.
wasn't.
I'm not sure if that counts.
Yeah, because we didn't spend anything, did we?
Yeah, we haven't spent anything this time around, so that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like doing an exchange, not calling in a favor.
That's true.
Did you put a ding in a corp?
It was cool.
It was cool.
I don't think we did anything to a corp yet.
Not yet, but you'll probably you were setting yourself up for next time, so that's okay.
Yeah.
And
we stole some very minor information.
Yeah. Actually, that's putting a ding in it, so that's next P. Did you help your community?
Yes.
Yeah, we
accommodation for some cute kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
And I did community outreach to a poor old dragon that is housebound.
Yes.
Right. So that's 5 XP total, which brings you up to, I think, 7? Because you're on 2? Yeah, cool. So 7 XP.
So we avoided collateral twice, we hit a hard limit, we put a ding in a corp, and we helped our community twice.
So that's 6, not yeah, okay.
That's 6. Yep.
Cool. All right, that's 8. You're up to.
Yes. We should spend another 6.
I mean, yeah, like you can do. Do you want to spend that now? You got another 2 points. You could purchase another 2 things.
I'm putting it up there. We could just increase our max strength by 2 again.
Just be the toughest crew. No one can freak us out.
I mean, max strain is pretty bad.
What's the other thing we can spend experience points on?
I mean, some of us could add some dice, which is the other thing.
Or you could purchase a community upgrade, but
yeah. I would, considering I will be like being a very vulnerable distraction, I would not be opposed to bumping up like one of my like fucking people up actions just a little bit, just in case. I think that could be a good idea.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. I'm just really bad at reading this. Okay. So you want to spend 3 to buy a new dot for an action rating?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm cool with that.
I think pumping my scrap up from 2 to 3 is like going to be a worthwhile investment.
Yep. Sounds good.
And we've got 8, so that means we can buy another thing.
Yep.
Or I could bump up my mystical work. Actually,
you want to take both?
No, I figured out I've spent my 1 and I've spent it on capability because that will help me both wreck shit and get in fights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is my horrible poison hands.
Yep. So you've got 1. If you want to buy another one, you can, or you can just hold on to that XP for later if you want to.
I kind of want to buy our max rep going up by 1.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our outreach work and our work trying to help people and like our work with the kobolds, like I feel like people are like learning that like we're a good source for getting things done. Like we're a good source for like exchanging favors within the community because we spend a lot of rep.
Yeah, we're not rich, but we're very cool.
Yeah, like people want to help us because we help people.
Yeah,
I like what that says about us.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Emily, Cherry, thought?
Yep. Sounds good to me.
We may need to pull in some favors too, depending on how things go.
Because we might need somebody to like pull us out of the fire at the very end, and like that's definitely I feel like a place where we would burn a bunch of rep.
Look, I'm not saying I'm also like low key sitting up here for like, and then the ground bursts open and my giant dragon friend comes to save us. But like, I'm like laying some seeds just in case.
Yeah.
And then like fights the dragon that's atop the like megacorp building. Yes.
Right?
Well, and it doesn't even have to be that dragon. It can be like that dragon's grandniece.
I know. I don't know. There's something about like the idea of it just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna like and like shrugs a bunch of the city off.
Yeah.
That I do
pretty great.
sufficiently apocalyptic imagery, you know, like
yeah, that's cool.
Pretty excellent.
I'm in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we wrap up there then, and we can do some shout outs?
Are we gonna do some non-capitalist plugs today?
I think that sounds like a good plan. We can start with Emily. Hey, Em.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am a filmmaker and an artist. And you can follow. Apparently, I'm also really sleepy. You can follow me.
No, that's good.
That's I know. You can follow me on Twitter at Blackwall Says. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Blackwall, where you can support my work if you would like. I'm also currently taking commissions. There is a price guide on my Twitter. Hit me up if you want to commission some art. I am currently poor and super keen to do work. So, everyone, please give me work.
Emily is very, very worth it. I have commissioned many arts from her, and she's
Thank you. My non-capitalist thing today is going to be thinking. I have been thinking recently about my own daily schedule. So, you know, how I structure my day and what rules I have for myself. And I realized recently that I had been making a bit of a mistake in thinking about mental health and depression, because you know how people always say, like, you know, depression makes it really hard to like have a shower every day. So if you have a shower every day, you're winning. And I'd been kind of taking that literally and going, well, you know, I make sure I have a shower every day. So like I'm obviously doing fine, but I hadn't taken into account that all of these things are relative, and that like for me, I am a person who needs to like get up and have a shower first thing in order to feel really like I'm awake and functioning and healthy. And so like think about, I recommend thinking about how those daily habits work best for you and what kind of structure you need to make yourself feel like you are a functioning and healthy adult.
Yeah, good thinking. Luke.
Hello, I'm Luke. I'm a game designer. You can buy games that I have written at gamesfromthewildwood.itch.io, including my new game, The Blood Must Flow, which is like a weird, spooky folk horror game about bounty and sacrifice, which would make an excellent LARP. Someone LARP it for me, please. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/gamesfromthewildwood and hear about games I'm working on. I am the host and like creative director. I don't know the fuck my job is called at Feelings First, which is a podcast where we play very gay role-playing games. You can follow us on Twitter at feelingsfirst_. We're currently playtesting Avery Alder's Dream Askew, a game of belonging outside belonging in the post-apocalypse. It's very good. And my wisdom for today is I totally had one, and now all of a sudden my brain has just gone empty. Oh yeah, I remember, because I was thinking this last night. I would like to recommend to all of you Roses and Thorns as a technique for giving feedback in your lives, particularly when you do creative work together, but also when you do other things. And the idea of like, yeah, going around and talking about the things that weren't so good, whether those are directed at yourself or at other people or at the situation in general. And then also like really lavishing everyone with like love and like saying the things that you feel and felt about the bits that were good and acknowledging that.
Yeah, excellent. Next up is Cherry.
Hi, I am Cherry, aka Cherry Ray everywhere. Cherry like the fruit, and RAE on Twitch and Twitter. I am a accessibility advocate, streamer, and all around person, reluctant person. I'm really tired. I'm very sorry. And it's just like hit me in like the last 20 minutes. So,
reluctant person is a good title.
Yeah. I'm going to EA tomorrow to talk to them. So that's the kind of thing I do.
That's so
tomorrow
exciting.
afternoon, I will be at EA's office having coffee, probably, hopefully, or talking anyway.
Awesome.
Cool.
Next time you can tell us about the corporate coffee and how good it is.
You know it's corporate when someone has to meet you outside. You can't even go inside before someone meets you, and it has to escort you in through the front doors. So yeah, that's EA. So my non-capitalist thing is related to sleep because I'm very tired. Sleep hygiene is a thing that I am very resistant to because it's the kind of thing that like my oppositional defiant disorder is just like, no, I don't need sleep hygiene. Like I'm hygienic, but sleep hygiene is a good thing that my sleep neurologist taught me that sounds wanky, but it does actually work. And it's things like go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even if that's hard. Don't sleep in because it messes up your sleep schedule. Don't drink coffee after, like, don't have caffeine after a certain time. Don't eat after a certain time. Don't drink water after a certain time. Like things like that. And it's different for everyone, but I neglect it a lot, even though I know that it works for me. And I need to work on being better about my sleep hygiene. Last night I went to bed at 2 a.m. because I was singing rock band songs, and that's stupid. So that's my
I always Emily and I ages ago, I think on our honeymoon, we came up with this thing of like when we were doing budgeting, but I think it applies for a lot of things where if we were following our budget and we were like coming in under budget, that was smart. And if we were going over budget, that was rad. And so as long as you've like recognizing like some days are smart days and some days are rad days, and I think that's a helpful way of examining those things. That's the way that I tend to do it.
I'm just gonna answer for chat. When I say wanky, that's like a British way of saying like it sounds
pretentious.
Not necessarily pretentious, but just like hippy dippy. It could be pretentious too. Like it could be generally like it sounds lame. I don't like that word, so I try not to use the word lame. So
uncool.
Uncool, yes. Sounds uncool and like it's nonsense.
Yeah,
it sounds like something your like grandma who drinks sun tea would do.
Yeah, it's like my mother-in-law told me about sleep hygiene for years, and I was like, yeah. And then a doctor told me, and I was like, okay, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
Fine.
Yeah, it's smart instead of rad. Yeah. Lastly, we have Sleepy, aka Bridget.
Hello. Again, I'm Bridget. I do a lot of GM and design work stuff for Role Playing Public Radio. That Magical Girl campaign that I've been telling you about for months now has finally been posted. The first 2 episodes, maybe in the first 3 episodes of the 4-part campaign are up. So if you want to go to actualplay.roleplayingpublicradio.com, just look for the Magical Fury campaign. It's got really cute magical girl art on it. It's got really gay magical girls who learn the value and costs of sacrifice. Definitely something I suggest you check out. My non-capitalist thing for today is really, I want to stress the value of like really listening to and appreciating the feelings and problems of your friends, because like sometimes they want to tell you things not because they're like looking for help or because they need you to solve them, but just because they want people to appreciate and like validate their feelings. And that's a really sometimes a difficult but definitely always a rewarding role to play. So sometimes being there for your friends doesn't necessarily mean that you need to make everything better for them, just that you need to be there for them.
Excellent. Cool.
I like that because that's something I tried to tell people. People tried to fix me, and I'm like, please, no.
Please don't. Yeah. No. Awesome. Well, I've been Ash. I've been your GM, and this is my channel. So, if you haven't already hit the follow button, it's up there in the corner. You can hit that, or you can follow me at Acegiak, ACEGIAK, on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, and Patreon if you want to support my ongoing game design work, making lots of cool games, including this one. And I think that you should check out blankets. They're warm, and if you have anxiety, you can put them over you. And then it's like a dark little cave that belongs just to you.
Unless your anxiety is about like being in confined spaces, in which case maybe you don't want to do that.
And
That's
also
true.
wrap them around your shoulders, and it's like a hug.
Yep. Blankets. They're real good. I think this is we're not going to be doing more role-playing games until like the end of the week. So like, if you stick around for the week, then we'll be playing a bunch of roguelikes and management sims and all those sorts of things. So that's going to be real good.
If you like Australian RPG streaming and you're a fan of Melody, who has been on this channel in the past, go check out Rad Communist Blades in the Dark nonsense.
What's her? Is she Melody Nova?
No, so Ben Scary over on.
Oh right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's this Thursday.
Oh, that's this Thursday. So this Thursday, check out Ben Scary's awesome Blades in the Dark.
Communist propaganda.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, other than that, thank you all so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. I'm really glad we got to play our gay cyberpunk times, and we will catch you later. Bye.